so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling episode 94, Heart to Heart with Zicky Dice. The man is from NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. He's currently enthralled in the TV title tournament, and he is also the lead singer of the band Heart to Heart, based out of California. What's going on, Zicky?
Nothing much, baby. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, man, thanks for coming on the show. Excited to talk to you, man.
Well, I'm here. Let's do it. There's so much to talk about. Where do we start?
Yeah, live and loud. Well, first of all, everybody out there listening, what's up, Zach? Say what's up.
Hey, what's going on?
This is Zach Chetnick. He's the guitar player for Handsome Prick.
Hello, Zach.
How you doing, man?
Pricks.
I want to get into your musical career before we start with any wrestling. I did a little background research on you, and I mean, you're kind of a jack of all trades as far as entertainment goes. I mean, magician, you had that under your belt. Yeah. Professional wrestler, musician. So let's just start right there. Your band Heart to Heart. How did that start? You guys are kind of like, you got like what, like from what I get, it's kind of like a poppy punk somewhat.
Yeah, like alternative kind of punkish. We've kind of morphed over the years. But yeah, we've been a band. I think Heart to Heart started in 2019. And we all came from different local bands. I kind of like picked like the ultimate super group. And then we kind of just took over and we started doing the DIY touring, self-funding the records. And then finally we got picked up by Anchor 84 Records. And then from there we went on the Pure Noise Records and released a record through them. And we were on the Vans Warped Tour and doing all these big fun tours. And yeah, that's what led me to wrestling.
Let me ask you, touring life, like it, hate it? What's your opinion on it? Well,
if you're asking me today, hate it. If you're asking me 10 years ago, loved it. It's tough at times. I'll be honest with you. You're with a select group of people for like 6 weeks at a time. So you better like everybody you're with or learn to like everybody you're with. And, but
to like their smell
and do experience a bunch of cool shit together and, make music together. And, overall it was a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but, yeah, doing it now, I don't know. We'll see. That's in talks. We do have a new record coming out, on Valentine's Day this year. Heart to Heart, Heartbreaker. Yes. On InVogue Records. So you can check that out. We'll be playing some pop-up shows along the way, and maybe some touring. Don't know yet.
Sweet. Why don't you talk to Billy and get a sweet opening gig?
Yeah, right. I mean, that would be quite the dream.
How long so you're the vocalist in this band? Do you do any? Do you play any instruments?
I actually started Heart to Heart to play guitar in the band. I used to sing in another band beforehand, and then I don't know, couldn't really find like the vibe we were looking for in the front man. So I was like, you know what, I'll step up and do it. So I did, and I play guitar every now and again. I actually just got rid of my last guitar. I'm looking to get a new one, just to play around the house for fun. But I've always handled like the business and all of that, and didn't really have time when it was all said and done. So yep, just the microphone.
What's your guitar of choice?
Oh man, I love me a Fender Strat, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
Super comfortable.
Yeah, so maybe a custom paint job on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that 80s paint job like going. That. The Zicky Dice paint job.
Yeah. I mean, no, I can see that happening.
What, so growing up, musically, like what was some of the influences for you to start like pursuing music?
Oh man. Let's see. I was like daydreaming about it freshman, sophomore year. It was like Blink-182, Green Day. And then like I started finding bands like Seth and the U's and Finch and like all these drive-through record bands. Mm-hmm. And then got into some heavy like Poison the Well, who I'm actually seeing this weekend in LA for their 20th year. They're playing Opposite of December, front to back, which is one of my all-time favorite bands. And just Alkaline Trio. God, there's so many bands. The Starting Line, the Get Up Kids, just a bunch of bands. I just got into music. If I could vibe with it,
You gonna go check them out on the Bad Religion tour?
That was it.
Alkaline Trio.
Alkaline Trio, yeah, they're playing with Bad Religion, right?
Sure are.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You into Bad Religion at all? Any of that old school punk?
I like a little bit of Bad Religion. Didn't really like pop off on them like everybody else, but they're good. They're good. I got nothing against them.
It's good to know, Zicky. So kind of transitioning a little bit here from music, you're a magician. I don't know any like too much background about it, obviously. I mean, was this something you pursued as like just like a hobby or a career?
No, if you want to hire me for a birthday party, we might be able to do that.
Ooh,
I just grew up really I enjoyed magic like when I was younger, and just I was always drawn to it and caught my attention. So I just do magic, like street magic tricks here on the side. I wish I could make someone disappear or like make
Me
a
too.
helicopter up here, you know? Yeah. I mean, we'll talk after we stop recording.
All right.
But no, I mean, just a few street magic tricks here and there, you know, just like just carny side of it, just the whole carnival life. I mean, that's why I'm here, right?
Yeah, it fits well with professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. Same circus.
Who was that guy back in the day? Like, how long you been watching wrestling, man, or been a fan of it?
For a while now. I remember like my first memory was probably like 1990. I was born in 87, so
Okay.
like 3-4 years old.
Who was some of your favorites growing up?
Oh man, Shawn Michaels, one of my favorites.
Did you think he was cute and sexy?
I did,
Sexy
yeah.
boy.
Bret Hart,
Yeah.
great. I always wanted to be the kid that he put the sunglasses on. You know, I was always
Right.
jealous of that.
Yeah.
I think we all did
Yeah.
back in the day. Let me tell you this. Those were the dopest fucking shades back in the day, man.
bro, like straight up, like that commercial. You know, I was like, dude. And then like I went to a live event twice, and you didn't know where you're gonna sit. You're like, I really hope he puts the sunglasses on me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you realize you got nosebleeds, and then you can hardly see, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Your parents cried, and they got you there, so
Right.
at the end of the day. No, and then like the wrestlers I hated, like Mr. Perfect and Ravishing Rick Rude and Rick the Model Martel are all like my favorites now. So
Right. That means they did their job. Like I feel the same way with the Freebirds and Michael P.S. Hayes, man. Like, but I'll tell you what, man, I fucking love that strut and everything about them now, dude. It was
hell yeah.
Rick Rude was one of my favorites growing up. Like I knew he was a heel, but man, there was just something about that guy. Everything, the total package, you know, no pun intended. Him and Mr. Perfect. I love those old school vignettes, dude, where he's like with NFL players and shit, and he like, you want to see a perfect throw? He'd throw the football, then run down the field at the other end and catch it. Like ridiculous shit. Quote a little
So
Street
good.
Fighter. Perfect.
So good. Yeah. I mean, that's what I remember watching. That's what got me into wrestling. So.
And you started training. I saw, what is it, the Black and the Brave, or what is that?
Yeah, I went to Black and Brave in 2015. I moved from California to Moline, Illinois, and graduated from the third graduating class from the Black and Brave. I trained under Seth Rollins and Merrick Brave in
Nice.
Crotch over there. Yeah, great program. A lot of fun. Learned a lot about myself and the beginnings of the iceberg that is wrestling. And I've been grinding ever since.
Hell yeah, we're all about that grind here.
It's always do.
About the training though, I mean, you hear a lot of horror stories with professional wrestlers in any era really that went through training. Was there anything kind of like that, like any kind of just rigorous shit to kind of weed out the weak scenarios?
Night one is pretty tough. Like you show up and like they have this. You think that you're gonna like meet Seth Rollins and hang out, but it's like this gnarly conditioning test. It's like a few hours long.
Hell week. The seals.
You have to reenact these like animals, and like we were walking like elephants and all these things. And by that time, I was like literally crying outside. I finished, but that was really tough. Everyone was like throwing up and crying, and so. And then we had to set up and tear down the ring 3 times a week. Rain, shines, sleet or snow.
Yep.
This is before they had like their facility they have now. So, and like he's CrossFit Jesus, as you may know. And so we had to take CrossFit on top of that. And if you've never done CrossFit, you just get thrown into it. That's kind of a bitch too. But I finished. So it was very tough. One of the toughest things I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Real big, real hard, real stiff.
Yeah, exactly.
Good old JR would say. Yeah, man, it's much respect to you for that. A lot of people, there's all these, man, I don't even know. I try to be somewhat positive on this show. There's a lot of people out there that have their opinions of wrestling, and we all know what it is nowadays and all that shit. But I would like to see somebody try, even athletes, professional athletes, like football players. Some of them have made the transition. I think we did a whole 2-part show on that shit. But
yeah.
what you guys go through to train, I mean, it is fucking, dude, it's ridiculous. Some of it, to me, is a little bit beyond like military like toughness as far as the conditioning. Like, if you can't fucking hack it, you don't deserve to be here,
Yeah, 100%. And you kind of find that out quick, and sometimes it takes others a little while longer to realize it's not for them. But yeah, it is tough, very tough.
Hell
and
yeah.
everything hurts. That's for damn sure. And you're always going to be sore, and you're never going to have time to recover, because it's going to be time to do it all over again.
Yeah. So what promotions after you went through that did you get into, like indie promotions?
Oh man, a bunch of poopy ones for a while.
Yeah.
It was, you're basically on the grind trying to work anywhere and everywhere you possibly can.
Right.
I would drive to Kansas. I worked like first, I had like a battle royal at SCW, which is like the Black and Brave promotion.
Okay.
Was my first match. And then from there we drove up to somewhere in Iowa and I wrestled for, I think, it's my first singles match. Like, oh man, Pro Wrestling Phoenix or something, I want to say, in Iowa. And then like, I wrestled Carnival in Kansas, and then outside Carnival in Illinois, and doing you name it. I was like trying to get on it. And then finally, like I had a trial for Dreamwave Wrestling, and I started working there. And then I had worked AAW once, and then freelance wrestling when I was living out there. And then
freelance is the shit, man.
Started working championship wrestling from Hollywood from there, and then slowly but surely getting out there and getting bigger and getting this roller coaster going and taking more loops and turns, and here we are.
More bumps, and I don't mean cocaine. Dude, I was just at freelance this past Friday. Well, a week ago, since we're in the future now. Nice. For their 2020 event, a Freelance Odyssey. Man, let me tell you about a fucking atmosphere. Like, shout out to Matt Nix and everybody there, because that is one hell of a well put together program. And
yeah, man, it's crazy. And to see what they built, like I've been watching photos and following along with the clips and stuff, everything here and there, and like just what it's grown into be is just awesome. And even just a short time, the last few years that I've known about it, just watching it grow, it's been cool, man.
Yeah, dude. And, you mentioned AAW as well. We had Keith Lipinski on the show on Christmas, this past Christmas. Another good dude, another huge promotion out here in Chicago is like kind of, I tell guys this, that maybe you might be aware because you've worked the territory. Yes, guys, territories are back. You got Warrior Wrestling out here now, Black Label Pro, which is based out of Crown Point, Indiana, which is like our neck of the woods. Freelance Underground, AAW, and the list goes on and on. But those are like the main promotions in this area. And then AEW, which is, they'll be back here for their Revolution pay-per-view coming up at the end of February. It's a melting pot of professional wrestling, man.
That's so crazy, and that's kind of what I miss from living out there, because it's definitely not like that out here in California.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good spots. Shout out to
but I mean, I'm in Northern California, and like we're still. I'm gonna be honest, and let's go ahead and tell it how it is. I'm trying to help build NorCal and put NorCal on the map a little bit again. I feel like they're lacking in the internet part of professional wrestling, and just and there's a lot to offer here, and a lot of talent that is not yet discovered, and people won't know about if it's not being pushed a little bit. So we're trying to build the NorCal wrestling scene up here, but like driving to LA, that's a 6-hour drive. I mean, yeah, you got some good promotions down there. You got PWG, and we work championship wrestling from Hollywood down there, and up here we got APW and West Coast Pro Wrestling.
You got PCW Ultra out there too. Shout out to our homie Joseph Samael.
Yeah. Yeah, you got them too.
He's like, yeah, was there some heat there?
Yeah. No. They responded back. They were professional. They said, sorry, we're not interested in Zicky Dice, and that's fine. Zicky Dice is not everybody's cup of tea. Right. I understand that. But yeah, I mean that's wrestling for you, right?
Yep.
And that's been part of it. And now I've been on my grind. I've wrestled in South Korea. I literally traveled the country. I'm gone every weekend trying to do anything and everything possible. Hence my challenge of accepting all these podcasts and radio interviews. And I want to do it all. I am not yet anywhere near where I want to be. And I want that television title next. And I want to continue just taking over and making waves from there.
Well, speaking of that, that's a good transition point right there. So getting involved in the NWA, and that was my first exposure to you, was I watch NWA Powerrr every week. I think it's great. It's a good throwback with a little modern twist. Man, it's just, and it's only an hour long, dude. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's a great way to consume a wrestling product.
Every Tuesday at 6:05.
That's right.
On YouTube free.
Into the fire. I love it.
Dude, I literally, that's always stuck in my head. My fiance was singing it the other day. It's just like the guys in the locker room sing that. It's always just, so good.
Dude, it's
now you got
killer.
Into the fire.
Yeah.
Like it's all,
Dude, go with it, Zicky. Get going, man. He's done Dundee already on that Dokken. Dude, that shit, I was never a fucking Dokken fan, but I do remember that song because it was on like the Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it was like the 3 or 4 of the soundtrack. And,
really?
Yeah. That's where that was originally from. And then, they put it on a Dokken album too, but it came from that soundtrack.
Interesting.
Little musical history for you.
But learn something new every day.
Right. And then like it came on and it has like that old school vibe. It hits you really hard. And shout out to my drummer, our drummer, Brad Vanderzee. We were talking one night and I was telling him about NWA. He's not a big wrestling guy, but we talk music and shit and all that. Everything crosses over. And I brought up the Dokken song. He's like, that's like one of my favorite solos in any song. I'm like, really? It's like, let's fucking jam it right now. He's like, all right. We just jammed it on New Year's too. We were pissed because fucking Alexa's bitch ass couldn't find the original studio version. It was like some newer bullshit. And I was like,
I get into arguments with Alexa daily. Don't even get me started.
Man, I talked shit to Siri one night so bad that she ignored me. Finally, she just stopped. She had enough. Like, Siri, you're a piece of shit. Like a million times. She'll stop listening after a while. But yeah, man, I fucking love that song, and it never gets old. Like, anytime, like, I love hitting up a new episode every Tuesday at 6:05 Eastern. It fucking, dude, it just rocks, man. I get the hair stand up on my arms, man. I love that intro.
It's super cool, and like even just seeing the set live in person, it's like, oh man, this rules.
Yeah.
What they're doing is great, and I'm into it, and I'm thankful and fortunate enough to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, man.
So
when the fuck is
where it goes, and up next is the pay-per-view, Hard Times.
Yeah, Hard Times.
The pay-per-view. Did you save a few bucks?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that. Zicky Dice, let me tell you about Hard Times, brother.
There it is. There it is.
There it is, man. Billy's got to get fucking Dokken to perform live, dude.
Straight up. I agree.
I was very, very surprised.
I'm playing the ring for a whole pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Just play that song on repeat.
I'm in for that. Seriously, an hour's worth.
Right? Dude, I'll rock it. I don't care. I'll fucking headbang
fly George Lynch in like Shawn Michaels off the cable.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. It should happen. Yeah, but dude, I was surprised they didn't play the Into the Fire pay-per-view. I mean, I don't know what the inner workings and what Billy has going on for you guys, but I think that'd be super dope. That's one thing wrestling's, I think, is kind of missing nowadays. Back in like the Attitude Era and even with the Monday Night Wars, you had bands like Kiss and Megadeth and whoever, was hip at the time. Not Limp Bizkit, goddammit. Unfortunately, they played too. But you had bands like that would come out and they either do the theme song for that particular wrestler, like Motorhead, dude. I loved when Motorhead came out, and that was just super tough, man. Like, you felt it that much more, like Triple H is coming out all jacked, looking badass, and you got fucking Lemmy and Motorhead behind him, like live. Yeah, like give me some Dokken. I need it.
I mean, I'm still in for Limp Bizkit live too. I'd still be kind of stoked on that.
Really?
I mean, why the hell not? Just to say, hey,
bring it on.
Yeah. I walked onto the show and Fred Durst just like, up there hooting and hollering with swinging red hats everywhere, and
yeah, and then Scotty Steiner comes out. And he fucking hits him with a chair. Me and my brother. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. I mean, that sounds like an awesome pay-per-view. I might just book that myself.
Yeah, there you go, man. So let's talk about how you got involved. I mean, obviously, probably because I'm very familiar with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I watched it before, Billy Corgan was a part of the NWA. Is that kind of like, obviously that was your foot in the door to get in the NWA?
It's actually a funny story. I had been working for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for just nearly 3 years and never had like a promo backstage or live promo. And I was there early and I gotten dressed and they were like, "Hey, Zicky, why don't you just give us a promo while you're here?" I was like, "All right." So I went up and I said like 6 or 7 words and I was pulled into the back and David Lagana and Billy Corgan were sitting there and Billy's like, "Man, look at you, your hair, your earring." He's like, "Your fanny pack." He's like, "What are you doing December 14th? And I was like, I don't know. And in my head, I was like, "Oh, I just booked a snow trip with my fiance." But I was like, "Nothing, I'm completely free." So he's like, "How would you like to work for me in the NWA?" And I said, "I love that." And then next thing you know, I got an email Monday and that's how it happened. And I was supposed to be at another show that day that had fallen through. And just, yeah, that's what happened.
That's awesome. How's Billy in person, man?
Oh, he's great. He's great. There's like aura around him, It's like, he's fucking he plays the Smashing Pumpkins and has seen a shapeshifter with his own eyes, like it's awesome.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, like you guys are wrestlers, so you're larger than life, but then you answer to a guy who, I mean, he's done it. He's done it all. He's a fucking bona fide rock star, like influential rock star, not just some one-off motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like our guitar player, John, his favorite band is the Smashing Pumpkins. So like, he's like, "Does Billy like talk to you?" I was like, "Oh yeah,
He's my boss, motherfucker."
Yeah. He's like, "Dude, like, well, what's he say?" I was like, "I don't know, like wrestling stuff."
I don't know. Gotta give him a butthead answer.
Like he asked if I was having a good time, like that. He's like, "So cool," But it is pretty cool to think about, and like, I've only been there one weekend, so I'm excited to spend some more time around everybody, and I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, so I kind of like sat quiet and just kind of still trying to get comfortable.
Right.
But that'll happen in time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Once I win the title.
Hell yeah. And let's talk about that. I mean, they're bringing back the television title, which is awesome because nobody has a television title anymore. And not just that, like the NWA TV title is the television title. I mean, you think of the guys who've held that.
With the time limit, 6 minutes, 5 seconds.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Come on now. Yeah, it's great. I'm super hyped on it. I'm excited to see where we're going to be at the pay-per-view and go from there. But I can't wait. I want that so damn bad.
What now before you got invited in, for this second season, we'll call it. It's weird to think of wrestling nowadays as seasons, but whatever. It's a TV show. I get it. Did you watch the original, the first season?
Oh yeah. I was watching along and seeing what was going on.
What's some of your thoughts on Jim Cornette's exit?
I like Jim Cornette being a part of the NWA.
I do too.
What did you say about his accident?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. There's so much negativity, so much bullshit. Like the smart marks and everybody.
That's wrestling these days, right? There's always going to be. I don't know. I got to watch what I say here.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm not trying to trap you either. So don't.
No, you're not. I don't know. It is. I don't know.
He got caught in a sticky situation. I think he was. He was kind of.
Yeah, I did see clips someone had posted online of him saying the same exact thing on WWF television live.
20 years ago.
There was a few other lines that were similar that he had said, like kind of jokes, and I mean, yeah. Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. It is what it is. Unfortunately, and I've said this, man, like there is this huge boom in the past couple years and really in the past year and since like AEW and all these other promotions are starting to fire on all cylinders. I've always said that if this boom ends, and this might be a controversial statement, but it will be because of the fans. Because fans nowadays, and this kind of started with like the original ECW fans, your smart marks. Shout out to Brian Pillman, smart marks. They just, man, they want to shit on everything. Okay, we need longer storytelling. We need this story to go a little bit longer than a week.
I it would have been cool to have Matt Cornette and have him call like a match of mine.
Right.
That would have been cool and like pretty historic. But also Stu and Joe Galley over there are killing it on the broadcast team, man. Like I think that's a great fit, and I think the NWA is rocking and rolling.
Oh yeah,
we've got a lot of people tuning in, and the show's growing, and I'm gonna do everything I can to help that continue growing. So
for sure.
I think we're in good hands. Wrestling is in good hands right now. There's literally something for everybody. Even if you're not into wrestling, I still think there's something for you in wrestling,
Yeah. It's never been like that either. It's always kind of been this niche thing, even though wrestling has crossed over into the mainstream a few times. We're very familiar with the 80s golden era and, the Monday Night Wars era and all that. But now it's like, dude, it's like craft beer, dude. There's a beer for everybody. What do you want?
Yeah, exactly. Straight up.
People get mad about the dick grabbing, the Joey Ryan shtick, and all that, and whatever. You don't have to watch it.
Some guy did like a poop spot.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Oh, that's the first time.
I think it was Lord Crew.
I'm intrigued.
I guess he did like, I don't know. This guy Lord Crew from Ohio, I guess, who's like, I don't know.
Well, it's no different than Priscilla Kelly doing the tampon spot, even though it was a work. But hey, it got people talking, and now she's with ROH. Whatever, it's good. There's my whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's something for everybody. Who cares?
Yeah.
Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And dude, to backtrack just a few seconds, your comment on Stu Bennett, I was really, really surprised. I love Jim Cornette there because he had that old school attachment, that sentimental value that really helped legitimize the current NWA product. Not that,
and it was nice to see him again too. Dude, he was great. I was a fan of his, and he had pulled me aside when we were there, and he said that I reminded him. I'm not familiar with football, so forgive me with this, but maybe you might know. Who knows? Someone might know. But he said that I reminded him of this NFL player that played on the Raiders in the 80s who used to take his helmet off and try and throw it at the fans and fight the refs and stuff.
Lyle Alzado?
That might be it. That sounds kind of familiar.
Oh, dude, that's kind of who that reminds me of. He was he was a juiced out monster, but he was fucking awesome. He used to do the Seltz Blue commercials and shit.
Sick. Well, that's him. I mean, I took it as a compliment. And I was like, hell yeah. It's like, and watching the show back, just hearing them together, and even it's great, man. We've got a great team. It
is, and I was it kind of frustrated me for a second because with that whole drama, the Jim Cornette drama, I was like, damn it, the last thing any of us need as a fan or you guys involved in it firsthand is for it to, you start off so strong and then some bullshit happens because someone gets rubbed the wrong way. And that's, let's face it, it's, that's the way it is in 2020. It's everybody is sensitive. And it really sucks, but it is what it is. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, damn it, man, these guys are rocking and rolling. Like, I don't want any less viewers or eyes on the product because of this, I mean, the actions happen and we are where we are now. And I think it's over.
At least, I don't say any press is good press, right?
Yeah. I mean, look at NWA, bands or groups like that. And, there's a lot of people in entertainment that Eric Bischoff coined the term controversy creates cash, but hey, it's, you guys came back stronger. And my whole point is like, dude, Stu Bennett on the commentary, dude, he's good. He's really good. The last thing I knew he was doing was I know he was revealed as that head in Lucha Underground. He was like the head boss of that syndicate or whatever storyline they had going on there. But it was great to see him come out, and I love his voice and everything. Strut got some bad news.
It's great, dude.
It's great.
It's so good.
What's the deal with him? Do you know? Is he just not wanting to wrestle anymore, or is he just?
I don't know a damn thing about anything, especially when it comes to NWA. I just am there whoop ass at the moment.
Fuck yeah.
And do what I can do. I'm, like I said, literally the bottom of the totem pole, like grasping. So,
well, you know what they say, the
know.
cream.
And no, I don't know how to get anyone booked into NWA either. Everyone can apply on the Circle Squared for those listening.
Yeah.
That's it. I just bare minimum, but it's so like professional, such a great place to be. I do know that.
Well, yeah, it resonates, man. I mean, I can definitely tell that from watching. I have a great time, and like I said, I love the hour time slot. You know, I think
yeah, it's great. I mean, we were, you know, people, you know, just because the show's longer doesn't mean there's more. You know,
yeah, 3 hours of WWE makes you want to fucking punch myself in the cock. I'm sorry, it's too much, man. Too much. Fuck. Sorry, I just had to get real with you real quick.
It's all right. It happens. Let it out.
Yeah.
Let it out.
But there's other shows like AEW. I saw like one episode where it's just like, oh. But for the most part, 2 hours from them, it flies by fast. When I was at Freelance, for their last pay-per-view, it was, dude, 3 hours was like 5 minutes. It was so good, and it was just such a good time. And I feel the same way with NWA, and much like when Lucha Underground was on, like I love the hour-long time segments because let's face it, a lot of us viewers have other shit we got going on. It's hard to I don't know how a lot of WWE marks can sit there and just give so much time away for their programming. They got so much programming during the week. Like I don't know how many fucking hours. Like 10 hours, whatever. And the only thing worth a fuck to watch is NXT. I don't get it, but you guys are very exciting to watch. So, more power to you for that because no pun intended, but it is intended. So on this pay-per-view, are you doing all the pay-per-views just straight from the studio or?
Yeah, as of now, who knows what the future holds. It all depends on growth. It all depends on how many people are watching, where they're watching from.
Mm-hmm.
So the more people we get, on the show, and we watch the markets, or people are buying shirts and all that. So just the more people involved, that's what's going to help this be the deciding factor.
Hell yeah. Were you there? I mean, obviously you had to. Well, I don't know if you had to be. Who the fuck am I to tell you what you had to do? When Scotty Steiner came back.
Yeah, I was there.
Did you talk to him at all?
Yeah, a little bit backstage. I just got the real brief. I said, hi, how you doing? And, it was real simple. And I was just watching him when, was watching his promo and just watching him work. He's great. I love him.
Dude, I love the Steiner brothers going back in the days. And, dude, Big Papa Pump, I've met him a couple times. He's just a guy. Even now, you just don't want to piss the dude off,
No.
Flex, me and my freaks, holla! Dude, I love that old shit, man. I love it. And god damn, it's just he's one of those legends that no matter where he goes, unless it's WWE, because he's got a grudge, he won't never go there or go back, I should say. He's a valuable asset, I think, even still at his age. And the guy, he could still pull off Frankensteiners, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me ask you this, Zicky. Who would you like to see in the NWA?
Ooh, man. There's a few people.
Whose ass do you want to fucking kick the most?
I'd like to see Steve Manders in the NWA.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You familiar with Steve Manders?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, he's Black and Brave bred. He's making his rounds right now, killing. There's a few, Black and Brave dudes.
Cowboy, right?
I gotta put over my crew.
Shout him
Jossie.
out.
Are you familiar with Jossie? He wrestled around that area out there. He's from Black and Brave. My buddy Keita, my buddy Levi Shapiro. Yeah, those are my boys. I'd like to see them in the NWA. I'm trying to think who else would be. Yeah, I feel there's a certain fit and mold, that works for the NWA, and I feel there's a lot of wrestlers at the moment that might not be a good fit for the NWA.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are a few cats I could see in the NWA kicking some ass.
Who would you say is not a good fit?
How much time you got?
A lot. There's a laundry list of.
It would not be a good fit. Fidel Bravo would not be a good fit.
Oh man, I just
definitely would not be a good fit.
Yeah, I just heard some stuff about him.
You're gonna have to let me know when we get off here.
I will. It's kind of weird that you actually that you said that, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. Oh shit! Hey, so out in I mean, you've done your work out here. What was like your you worked AEW and freelance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to get you out here to another promotion sometime. Like I said, my boy Steve from Warrior Wrestling. You should drop them a line sometime, dude. They put on dream fucking cards, dude. It's done at
let's talk to Steve. You know what? Let's call him live on the line now. Let's get him on the line.
Yeah, we should if I could do three-way.
Yeah, call Steve. Put him on. Have your buddy put him on speakerphone. Let's give the fans a little. Let's do this.
Let's do it now.
Yeah, why not? Steve
Dave. I can't.
Luce could do it, and we could too.
Yeah, well, let's get him in the whisker biscuit. I can't do three-way on here without sacrificing.
We'll have to get Steve on the line. We'll get a little three-way message going. I would love to. I'd love to come back out there.
Oh yeah, I get you lined up, man. I want to see you out here because I really enjoy what you're doing on the NWA. Let me ask you this though: where do you draw like for the Zicky Dice character? Where does that come from, man?
God, good question.
It comes from God?
No. It comes from. I mean, it's like me amped up and like a lot of amped up to 11, and like that's so cliche, but it also comes from 80s and early 90s wrestling. I like the bright colors and the hair and the style of wrestling. So it's all of that combined into this big old pot, and you mix it up and throw me in there, and boom, there it is.
Yeah, whoop, there it is. Thought you knew.
The recipe, yep, exactly.
So you've done some death matches too, haven't you?
One.
Just that one? I saw the picture when I was creeping out your Facebook.
One with Marcus Crane. I will never.
Oh, Marcus Crane, yeah. He's a homie, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. One of my good homies. One of the best. And I said if I would ever do one, it would be with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt right before going to NWA was the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will never do them again, and I know that for a fact. It hurt really bad. And Marcus Crane told me in the back, he said, Zicky Dice, you don't hate yourself enough to be a deathmatch wrestler. And I said,
yeah,
thank you. and I went on with my life.
Nice. Well, what show was that at?
Oh, man, it was just in LA at this place. Crimson Crown in LA.
Was it for like GCW or something?
No. Just Crimson Crown in LA.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Damn. Bringing back some horrible memories for Zicky Dice.
Yeah. It all hurt, so I try and block it out.
Yeah. It's weird because I've seen guys that, for instance, what was it, a few months back, during, what was it, All Out Weekend, me and my producer, Seth, we had like 3 or 4 days where we went out we did like a GCW Black Label show. We went to Warrior Wrestling and then All Out. But that GCW show, are you familiar with Effie?
I know Effie. I met Effie is a good buddy of mine. I actually met Effie when the band was touring.
Nice.
In Florida. Our one of our good buddies and like merch guys was good friends with Effie, and I met Effie right before I started training, and it was right before he started training, matter of fact. And then me and Effie have wrestled once in Louisiana.
I would like to see that
matchup.
Dude,
I love watching Effie. I love watching everything Effie's doing. He's blowing the hell up.
He is amazing. And he deserves all of it. I saw him battle Nick fucking Gage. And it was, dude, holy shit, like these deathmatch guys, their deathmatch, they're tough, whatever. But a lot of them, let's face it, come on, you're wearing like jeans and some pads and, you still get fucked up, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I went out in my wrestling gear.
Exactly. Much like Effie did. He goes out in trunks and fishnets. Yeah.
Yep. The reason is I'm not a deathmatch wrestler, so I went out as who I am, and I did the damn thing. And I wish I would have wore pants and a bubble suit and like a helmet, but
right,
you know,
like a Norman Smiley football helmet.
Yeah, I can't go back in time and do that now. So
Yeah, fuck it. Hey man, it just adds to your toughness. And like when dude he did that match, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god! And he went toe to toe and won over all the GCW fans are a very rabid fan base, much like the old ECW fans. And dude, he fucking took it to Nick Gage, and he came up short, but god damn. He was bloody as shit, and afterwards I walk up to him, hey, can I grab your cock? It's like, sure. He's like, sure, why not? I got a picture. It's on our Instagram at Juice Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm dying to come out that way.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm washing my hands. Prepping for dinner. Fiance's making turkey burgers.
What are you making? Turkey burgers?
Turkey burger, baby. Lettuce wraps.
Ooh.
Yeah, Zicky Dice has a pay-per-view coming out now. You're gonna look for it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm trying to make my rounds and work for a lot of companies that I haven't yet, and that's been the goal. Is trying, like I said earlier, I literally have like an interview or podcast every day this week. I'm trying to do as much as possible and just ride the wave.
And that's good.
Like, if I had if I had a map of the world, you would just see slowly all of it turning pink, 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 pink. That's the whole goal.
Pink is the color of passion.
That's right.
According
I
to
got to
Steven
whoop
Tyler.
FB's ass. I got to whoop Nick Gage's ass. I don't care whose ass I got to whoop.
Yeah, fucking love it. Zicky Dice is the fucking man.
That's right. I'll put the TV title on the line as soon as it's mine. Everywhere I need to do so.
That's right. That's fucking right, dude. That's I mean, you got to do it though. You got that grind. That's that hard work ethic. Much like we do with the show. Dude, we haven't missed a beat. Every Wednesday, dude, for the last 2 years, we've been kicking it and going to all these shows and doing all this shit. You got to put that fucking grind in. And
That's right. No one else is going to do it for you.
Yeah, and as a musician too, same thing. Me and Zach and Brad do with Handsome Prick, and what you do with Heart to Heart.
Yeah, man. You guys got to send me some bangers. I want to check you guys out as soon as we're done.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. I got you. Oh, I got to hook you up with I think you'll fall in love with my drummer's solo band called the Pink Machines.
Oh, I would send that too.
Link
me as soon as we're done here. Link me with Bolt because I definitely want to check them out.
I will hook you up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Zicky, what is obviously other than NWA? What is some of the good stuff going on in another promotion that you see that's really catching your eye?
Oh man, let's see.
Because we can't lie, I mean, there's a lot of marks out there, and yes, wrestlers can be marks, and a lot of them should be. But
it'd be cool to check out some of the championship wrestling from Hollywood stuff. They're growing and getting into more markets around the country, and even internationally, they're up in some spots. So that'd be great to check out. I mean, just a local promotion. Just everyone should just go and just support wrestling. Really,
I like that.
Everyone wants. I say everyone's a local wrestler once, or local guy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants. So just go out and support wrestling. Just go to a damn show.
Yeah, and a lot of local shit. A lot of the indie stuff. If you guys get the independent wrestling, independentwrestling.tv, the IWTV app. I mean, dude, they got so many badass fucking promotions on there.
Yeah, we actually got West Coast Pro Wrestling is going to be streaming on there starting Friday. It's the first stream.
Nice.
This Friday, and you can catch Zicky Dice and Levi Shapiro versus 4 Minutes of Heat. So they also just we got Championship Wrestling from Hollywood coming to the Bay Area now. Was it ABC 7?
Nice.
ABC Channel 7. That's brought to you by West Coast Pro Wrestling. So we got some cool stuff going on. Just
and Disney.
Go and watch some damn wrestling. There's a lot of good promotions out there, and
now's the time.
Cheer them and boo them. Just go have fun. Get the hell off the computer.
Right, exactly. That's the thing, though, Zicky. As a guy who does media and shit for wrestling, I still find it tough. I'll put it this way: when I go to these events, I fucking have this huge disdain for filming shit, even though I have to, because it's I put together a highlight video and I want to promote guys, but I'd rather pay some dude to do that because I want to enjoy the fucking show.
Right.
And I don't want to sit during.
So nice, have them just post content for you. I was here.
Right.
I'm like this. Yeah, I feel you.
Get some mark or some shit to do that for me because I fucking want to enjoy it, and I want to enjoy my time with the boys and hanging out because I going to these shows, I get a lot of that, But when I want to enjoy the fucking match, and if I'm sitting at home watching the PPV, the pay-per-view, I don't want to sit there and tweet every fucking second. Now, do I do it sometimes? Yeah. I mean, it's a necessary fucking evil, you know? But I try to.
Time you're living, man. Weird times.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Social media, man. I love it and I fucking hate it at the same time. I hate that shit.
I delete my Facebook app every day.
Right? I know a couple guys that do that. Zach Geisha. Zicky, before we end here, I want you to let everybody know where they can find you at and where they can buy some of your merch.
Oh, man. Nice and simple. ZickyDice.com. ZICKY. Oh, shit, I botched that.
You fucked up. You fucked up. Give him the
D.com. And it's at Zicky Dice on all social media.
Yeah.
At Zicky Dice. That simple.
So
and
simple.
At NWA, just go and watch Powerrr every Tuesday at 6:05.
That's right.
Into the fire.
I'm falling. Yeah. Zicky, I'd like to thank you very much for coming on the show, man. I had a good time, brother. I hope you did as well.
Yes, thank you for having me. You got quite the voice and quite the wit. It was great.
Yeah, anytime, man. You're welcome back any fucking time.
Burgers. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again.
We will.
Again and again and again and again.
Fuck yeah. Hey, everybody out there listening, we appreciate your support and your continued support. Make sure you share with all your friends. We're on all social media at Juice Pro Wrestling, on Twitter at JPW Podcast. You can find us weekly every Wednesday. And, you know, there's one more thing we got to do. We got to wet them up, wet them up, wet them up. Yeah, I'm so fucking wet for Zicky Dice. Check out Zicky Dice.
Outlandish.
You gonna do sex to me?